Hello guys, welcome to this web video series of HTML learning. In the last video we learned how to code a website using structure. Now we're going to learn text, headings and paragraphs, bold italic, and structure and symbolic markup. Let's get started. So, when creating a web page, you add tags known as markup. That's why it's known as HTML markup language to the contents of the page. These tags provide extra meaning and allow browsers to show users the appropriate structure for the page. In this chapter, we'll focus on how to add markup in the text that appears on your pages. You will learn about structure markup, the elements that you can use to describe both headings and paragraphs. And we're gonna continue on. So we're gonna start off with headings. So what are headings? Well, headings are, like we showed you in the last video, H1, which stands for heading 1, which is text below, which are things that are bolded and italicized. H2 stands for heading, and then so on. Heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6. This is level 4 heading. So let's go ahead and copy this text. Okay, after I copy it, let's paste it into my HTML editor. Let's save my text. And let's refresh my page. So after I refresh, you see it changes. This is the main heading. This is level 2 heading. This is level 3 heading. This is level 4 heading. This is level 6. Now, if you take a look here, you can see each one gets lower. So heading 1 is actually changing size. Heading 1 is the biggest font. Heading 2 is a little smaller. And heading 6 is the smallest font. So remember that when we do it. HTML has 6 levels of headings. H1 is used for main headings. H2 is used for subheadings. If there are further sections under the subheading, then H3 elements is used, and so on. Browsers display the content of headings at different sizes. The content of an H1 element is the largest, and the contents of an H6 element is the smallest, like I said above. So let's go ahead and take a look at some paragraphs. So what are paragraphs? Well, to create paragraphs, surround the words that make up the paragraph with an opening P bracket and an ending closed P bracket. So you can see it's P. Let's go ahead and copy this. Let's see what we get. After we have copied, now below this, on line 10, I want to paste my paragraph in. Okay, so now let's control save this. Now let's preview our website now. So we have our headings, and below that now we have a paragraph. Consists of more sentences, and text is easier to understand. Paragraphs are like text. They aren't headings, which are bolded. Headings are bolded, and paragraphs are not. That's the only thing you need to know in HTML. So, what is a paragraph? Well, a paragraph consists of one or more sentences that form a self-contained unit of discourse. The start of the paragraph is indicated by a new line. So, by default, a browser will show each paragraph on a new line with some space between it and other sequence paragraphs. So, that's that. Bold and italic. Bold is brighter color and even more black. Italic is slanted for people who can read left to right. The B bracket stands for bold. So let's take a look at what it looks like in our web. Okay, on line 23, I'm going to paste my bold bracket in. Come in here and paste it. And refresh. Okay. After we preview our website, you can see here, this is how we make a word appear bold. And you can see key features. Now, bold can be a little hard to understand because we have our paragraph and then we have the bold tag. This is how we make a word appear bold. Inside in product description, you might see some. Then you see key features and bold. And then we have to continue the paragraph again. So, basically, anything in bold, you put the brackets between sentences. Then after that, you continue the writing of the sentence. So, that's that. Come back to the book here. Italic. By enclosed words in the tags I, we can make characteristics appear italic. The I element represents a section of a text that would said in different way from surrounding content, such as technical terms, names or ships, foreign words, thoughts about terms which usually are indicated. So let's paste the italic. Let's go ahead and paste that on a line. On line 32. Let's control save this. And let's go ahead and refresh our page. Refresh. And now we come down here and this is what we just added. This word appears italic. So you can see I've just made italic phrases. We come back into our text here. Scroll down. And I'm just gonna do this so you can actually see. We come into our text here. You can see we have our paragraph. This is how we make a word appear italic, and we put the I bracket between it, just like we did for the bold. Then again, we put our I, and then we continue in anywhere. So it's a little hard to do italic. I really don't like doing it that much, but it's there if you ever need it to do it. Superscript and subscript. So what is superscript and what is subscript? Well, okay, so take a look at sup. A lot of things to remember in doing superscript and sup. Well, you have a few things, and you really don't gotta remember this one, but because most web designers don't even use sup or sub, they use sup. Sup like soup and sub. Well, if we take a look at our result on the 4th of September. On the 4th of September, you will learn E equals EC2, the amount of CO2, and it appears in the thing. She says she's waiting! I'm so sorry about that, guys. I had to yell. My bad. I never yell in my video series. I'm so sorry. Now, I really don't know that much about sub, but it's really not that important. Okay, next we're going to take a look at white space. In order to make code easier to read, web pages offers often add extra spaces or start some elements on new lines. When the browser comes across two or more spaces next to each other, it only displays one space, called white space collapsing. Let's take a look at what white space collapsing looks like. Okay, now if we take a look here at P, the moon is drifting away from the Earth. Well, you can see our thing is right here. The moon is drifting away from the Earth, and it's drifting away from the Earth. And it's called white space collapsing. But it'll fix itself once you do it. Now B's right here, B's part is another very, very important code to use, like forever. P, BR, HR, and all these are very, very common. Line breaks and horizontal rules. Well, BR stands for a break. Means you want a line break. Well, as you have already seen, the browser will automatically show each new paragraph or heading on a new line. But if you wanted to add a line break instead of the middle of a paragraph, you can use the line break tag break, BR. You can see the Earth. You can see here. Here's our text. Let's take a look. P, the Earth bracket that goes to a new line. Gets hundreds and tons of heavier day. Then we add another break here due to the filling space of dust. Paragraph within a break. Let's take a look at it. HR. HR space is a line. Now, HR could be a little familiar with you or not, but we're gonna explain it. To create a break between themes, lines, such as a change topic in the book or new sense in a play line, you can add a horizontal rule between sections using a HR tag. There are a few elements that do not have any words between an opening and closing tag. They are known as empty elements. They are written directly. Alright, we come in here and save our code now. We'll go ahead and refresh it. I think it's going to be easier to show you guys. So we have a lot of text now in this video. So we come down here and this is what we added. We added Venus is the only planet that rotates. Venus is the only planet that rotates clockwork. And you can just use the HR tag just if you wanted to make a line on your website. Pretty cool code tag. And then Jupiter is bigger than other planets combined. So it's a line that keeps going on and on and on and on forever. And if we make it now, the thing I want to quickly explain to you all is that something that the book doesn't cover here. But all of this text is responsive. If I shrink my browser down, you will see that. Okay, and you guys can see that the text is responsive. What does responsive stand for? Or you can watch the video on it, but I'm going to tell you. It shrinks everything down to the size. Look at that. Everything I have done is now mobile. And even if I make it smaller for like iPhone view. So this right here is iPhone view. Right there. And now look at that. I can read everything on the website. Just text. And I don't need any special media queries or anything like that if you already watched the video to do it. So that's what's pretty cool about that. So let's continue on through the text chapter. Da, da. Ooh, it's a longer video. Okay, so we continue on here. Go back up, go back up. Visual editors and their codes and views. Well, we use what? We use Notepad++. So we don't even need to read about that. Okay, next is semantic markup. What is it? Well, there are some tech elements that are not intended to affect the structure of your web pages. Structures to the pages. They are known as semantic markup. Alright guys, so sorry about that. In the rest of the chapter, you will meet some more elements that will help you adding text web pages. Browse and Doc will display contents of these elements in a different way. For example, the content of the EM block quote. So we're coming to the end of this chapter in just a few minutes here. We're already on page 58. Strongly and in pace. Strong. Strong stands for a really, really strong bold. So strong is a strong bold. It's another bold tag. EM stands for like italic, strong italic. Block quote. Quotations. Well, there's one problem in HTML. Web pages cannot read quotations. So we has to write. Alright guys, welcome back. So Q stand for quotations. If you ever want to do quotations, that's what you would get. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Okay, now this is one you probably don't understand. Let's go ahead and take a look. Abbreviations and acronyms. ABBR. Let's go ahead and copy this code. I need to show you this code. I just need to show you how it works. Copy this code. So let's go ahead and save this and preview this. Let's go ahead and preview it. And now you see when I hover over the text, it displays National Currency Space Administration. So what this ABBR stands for, it stands for like a hover link. It'll display what it says. And that's what ABBR does. Citations and definitions. I'm going to skip this because you're really, really not important. I haven't ever used those codes. Now, this, though, is important. Author details. Well, address is another good one you'll use in your lifetime. Address stands for like a mail to link. .org 72 Evan Transons Springfield. You can find out more about HC Guide. And address is like a link. It'll go to that section. Changes to content. Well, This is, you'll probably use it once in a lifetime. Changes to content. Well, I'm going to go over this because I want to get through it. INS stands for best. Best is the newest one you want. And DEL stands for delete that. So you can see worst. Here is DEL. Because, excuse me. We don't want the worst. It was the, I think, we don't want worse. We don't want it at all. So that's what we do. We change it to what it was. Now, S is a very popular one. You probably will use S every couple of months. So S. The S element indicates something that is no longer accurate or relevant, but should not be deleted. Visually, the content of the element S elements, which usually displays older version HTML, use U. So the results is here we have P paragraph laptop computer. P paragraph S was $9.95 paragraph now is thing. So it's like a for e-commerce websites. If you're making an e-commerce website in HTML, you would use the S tag for saying, oh, I want blah blah blah. I want it was $9.95, but now it is $375. So that's what you say. Okay, guys. After we break it down, now we're gonna go to our final project of this tutorial of this video series. Alright, so this is a very simple HTML page that demonstrates text markup. Structural markup indicates elements such as H1, H2, and so on, and paragraph. So I'm just going to copy all this code, and we're going to go back, and we're going to go over everything that we learned in this website. Tutorial. Base. So let's go ahead, and read our text. Okay, so what I've done, I have made a new page, and I pasted all the text in that we just learned over the last thing. And now if I refresh my page, you'll see we'll get rid of all this junk. And now we get the story in the book. Chapter 1. Molly had been staring out of her window for about an hour now. On her desk, lying between the copies of Nature, New Scientist, and all the other scientist journals, her work had appeared in well-thumbed copy Up the Road. It's Molly's favorite book since college. You can see we're using those brackets such as the one line, and we're using a lot of code here. This might not look like any code, but take a look back in here. Site on the road. So we come back to site on the road. I'm just finding site on the road. Where is it at? Well, thumb copied. Well, copy on the road. So site means it's it's like a title, and you can see that's right here. On the road is site. A different font, and then we use title deoxin acid DNA. The title's text. DNA. So the title is text. And that's a website. Q, work is refuge. Quotations and end the quotations. So basically we have just built our first website of text. And this video is about 30 minutes. Not bad, right? So here we have it, the summary of text, which will be the end of it. HTML elements are used to describe the structure of the page. Example: headings, subheadings, and paragraphs. They also provide semantic information where emphrases should be placed, the definition of any acronym used when given text in the quotation. So that's basically all it is. And that's it for this video on text. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions, you can email me at 300studiosdesign@gmail.com. Thanks for watching video 2, and look for video 3 very soon, and watch it on HTML. And what will we be learning next? HTML lists is video 3. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a nice day.